Hi, welcome to Alwala's General Knowledge class. Today we have to discuss some important general knowledge bits. First, number one, Union Cabinet Minister is personally responsible to whom? Union Cabinet Minister or any other minister personally responsible to the President of India. They are collectively responsible to the Lok Sabha, either Prime Minister or Council of Ministers, including Cabinet, Minister of State, Deputy Ministers, whoever minister, compulsory, individual or personal responsible to the President. They are collective responsible to the Lok Sabha because whenever they have majority, Prime Minister has majority in the Lok Sabha, then Prime Minister is continued. Whenever Prime Minister is continued, other ministers are continued. Once Prime Minister resigns, automatically all Council of Ministers resign. That's why Council of Ministers post is depending on Prime Minister. They are individual responsible to the President. They are collective responsible to the Lok Sabha. The word cabinet basically was not mentioned in the Constitution. It was added in 1978 through 44th Amendment Act. But word cabinet has been using since 1947. Cabinet is the most powerful organ in our government. Either central government or state government, cabinet is the most powerful decision making organ. All important decisions or appointments discussed, everything decision is taken where in the cabinet. But Constitution did not explain about minister categories. Just they mentioned Council of Ministers. According to our custom or tradition, we divided some category ministers. They are cabinet ministers, ministers of state, independent or non-independent, and deputy ministers. After P.V. Narasimha Rao, any prime minister did not take deputy ministers. Present only we are taking two types of ministers, cabinet ministers and minister of state. Some ministers can handle own. It means some ministers can maintain independently. Minister of State independent charge. According to Constitution, Council of Ministers strength should not exceed 15% of Lok Sabha strength. That is mentioned. But how many category ministers are not explained in our Constitution? At any cost, 15% should not exceed in Lok Sabha strength. It means in 545 or Lok Sabha strength, in that strength should not exceed 15% of Lok Sabha strength. Next, we go to Arjuna Award was started in which year? Arjuna Award was started in 1961 when Jawaharlal Nehru was Prime Minister of India. Encouraging of players' point of view, this Arjuna Award was started in 1961. Who give this honor? Union Sports and Youth Affairs Ministry give this Arjuna Award. Last year in 2020, this prize money was also increased from 5 lakhs to 15 lakhs. Second highest sports honor in India is Arjuna Award. Whoever performed very well in particular calendar year, then they are eligible to get Arjuna Award. Once a person gets Arjuna Award, that person is not eligible again to get Arjuna Award. Highest sports honor of our country is Rajiv Khel Ratna Award. It was started in 1992. Its prize money was also increased in 2020 from 7.5 lakhs to 25 lakhs. Sports gurus point of view, coaches point of view, in 1985 during Rajiv Gandhi period, Dronacharya Award was started. It is giving in two categories, lifetime achievement and regular award. Regular award prize money was increased from 5 lakhs to 10 lakhs, but lifetime Dronacharya Award prize money was increased from 5 lakhs to 15 lakhs. Another lifetime achievement award, Dhyan Chand Award, was started in 1992 during P.V. Narasimha Rao period. It is lifetime achievement award to veteran players. Present whoever playing, they are not eligible to Dhyan Chand Award. Veteran Lifetime Achievement Award, that is Dhyan Chand Award, its prize money was increased from 5 lakhs to 10 lakhs. All these honors are given by Union Sports and Youth Affairs Ministry. Every year these awards generally are given on August 29 because the day is National Sports Day. On that day, our famous hockey player Dhyan Chand was born. That's why these all honors are generally given on August 29th. These are important points remember about sports honors. Next, third one. In which year English was introduced as a teaching language in India? English was introduced as a teaching language in India in 1835. It was introduced by Lord Macaulay. At the time, he was secretary in our country, British secretary in India. That person introduced English was as teaching language. Before that, English was not our teaching language. Britishers introduced English was teaching language during William Bentinck period, who was Governor General at the time. That person was William Bentinck. During William Bentinck period, Lord Macaulay introduced English was teaching language in our country. First time they allotted 1 lakh rupees for education development in our country through 1813 Charter Act. Before that, any amount was not allotted for education. Next, fourth question. Dalhousie Hill Station is located in Himachal Pradesh. On the memory of Lord Dalhousie, this hill station was established. This hill station is located in Himachal Pradesh. Lord Dalhousie, one famous governor in our country, during his period, railways introduced in our country and also post and telegraph department was started. First railway line was started on April 16, 1853. It was started by Lord Dalhousie. Post and telegraph department was started by Lord Dalhousie in 1854. On the memory of that person, this hill station name is dedicated. That is Dalhousie Hill Station. Kulu and Manali hill stations are also located in Himachal Pradesh. Simla is famous hill station in Himachal Pradesh. Our country famous hill stations Simla, Kulu Manali, Srinagar, Dehradun, Nainital and also Mussoorie, Uttarakhand. Mussoorie, Nainital, Dehradun, these are located in Uttarakhand state. Kulu Manali, Simla and this Dalhousie, these are located in Himachal Pradesh. We have to remember some important hill station names in our country. Next, fifth question. Leonardo da Vinci International Airport is located in Rome, Italy. Famous painter, architect and also writer, versatile personality. That person Leonardo da Vinci belongs to Italy. On the memory of this person, Italy government dedicated Rome airport name to, that is Leonardo da Vinci International Airport. That country had given this famous memorable honor to Leonardo da Vinci. This person drawn Mona Lisa and also Last Supper. Two famous paintings of Leonardo da Vinci, Mona Lisa and Last Supper. Those points remember about Leonardo da Vinci. Sixth question. Which athlete broke 6 world records in a single day? Only one athlete broke 6 records in a single day. That person is Jesse Owens from America. He is a black American. This person in 1936 Berlin Olympics, he also got gold medals. This person in a single day crossed 6 world records. He broke 6 world records in a single day. Famous athlete in the world. After this person, Carl Lewis, also very famous athlete in the world. Jesse Owens and Carl Lewis, these are world famous athletes. Carl Lewis is 90s era, but Jesse Owens in 30s, 40s, between 13 and 40s, this person played behalf of America. That person is Jesse Owens. Next, seventh question is, Vikram Sarabhai Space Center is located in Tumba near Thiruvananthapuram, Kerala. Actually, our Indian Space Development Program was started in 1962 under the chairmanship of Vikram Sarabhai. Then this center was started in 1963. It is basically called Tumba Equatorial Rocket Launching Center. After the death of Vikram Sarabhai, then this name is changed to Vikram Sarabhai Space Center. It is the first rocket launching center of our country. What is first rocket launching center of our country? That is Vikram Sarabhai Space Center. He was the father of Indian space technology. Vikram Sarabhai is the father of Indian space technology because in 1962 Jawaharlal Nehru appointed this person to develop Indian space program. That's why this person is the father of Indian space technology. Before Vikram Sarabhai, anybody was not known about space. He was famous space scientist, but basically he studied nuclear science. After that, he entered into space technology. Like Abdul Kalam. Abdul Kalam is the father of Indian missiles, but he did not study any type of missile technology before 1983. He was famous aeronautical scientist. After that, he turned into missile technology. That's why Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam is the father of Indian missiles. This person is the father of Indian space technology. On the memory of this person, this station name was mentioned, that is Vikram Sarabhai Space Center, Tumba. It is located near Thiruvananthapuram, Kerala. Next question, in which year Goa got freedom from Portuguese rulers? That is in 1961. On December 19th, 1961, through Operation Vijay, Goa got freedom from Portuguese rulers. Actually, Goa was captured by one Portuguese governor. That person is Alfonso de Albuquerque. With the support of Vijayanagara rulers, it means Sri Krishna Devaraya, with the support of Sri Krishna Devaraya, he captured Goa in 1510. Alfonso de Albuquerque. But Goa got freedom. Goa people got freedom from Portuguese rulers in 1961. On December 19th, 1961, Goa got freedom from Portuguese rulers. Last place we got independence in our country. Actually, Portuguese rulers first came to our country. First Europeans came to India is Portuguese. First Portuguese, after that Dutch, next English, fourth one Danes, fifth one French. But first people came to Portuguese. Last people left from our country is also Portuguese rulers 1961. First Portuguese rulers came to our country. Last also they left from India 1961. Goa Independence Day is celebrated on December 19th. In 2011, Goa people celebrated Golden Jubilee celebrations. This year they will celebrate Diamond Jubilee celebrations. 60-year celebrations is called Diamond Jubilee. 75 years is Platinum Jubilee. 50 years is Golden Jubilee. 25 years is Silver Jubilee. That's why Goa will celebrate this year Diamond Jubilee celebrations, because 2021 December 19 they will complete 60 years of Goa independence. All these points remember. Next, Talwandi place is related to whom? You remember, Talwandi is very famous place. Present it is located in Pakistan. It is called Nanak Ram Khana because Sikh religion founder Guru Nanak was born in Talwandi. In 1469, Guru Nanak was born in Talwandi. Present this place is located in Pakistan. It is now called as Nanak Ram Khana, Sikh's holy place in Pakistan, that is Nanak Ram Khana. Olden days it was called Talwandi. Total 10 Sikh Gurus were in Sikhism, but first Sikh Guru was Guru Nanak. He was born in 1469. At the age of 30 years, he was enlightened. Then he started Sikh religion. He was born in Hindu family. After that, he started Sikh. Total 10 Sikh Gurus. But fifth Sikh Guru, Guru Arjan Singh, compiled Adi Granth. Adi Granth was compiled by Guru Arjan Singh. Sikh military system, Khalsa. It was started by last Guru, Guru Gobind Singh in 1699. Sikh military system is called Khalsa, that was started by Guru Gobind Singh in 1699. 5 Ks. They use 5 Ks. K for Kesh, hair. Another K for Kadiya. Kadiya means this bracelet. Another K for Khangi. Khangi means comb. Another one Kacha. Kacha means supporter. Last one Kurpan. Kurpan means knife. These 5 Ks are indication of this Khalsa that was started by Guru Gobind Singh, last Sikh Guru. After this person assassination, then Sikh ruling started by rulers. Last one, in which place naval port and dockyard were found during Indus Valley civilization period? That is in Lothal, Gujarat. Our country's first civilization is Indus Valley civilization. During that time, one naval port and also one dockyard were found in Lothal. It was excavated in 1960 by S.R. Rao. Who excavated this Lothal site? That person is S.R. Rao in 1960. Dockyard and also naval port. This Lothal was located on the banks of Bhagova river. This river is not found now. In that Lothal town, on the banks of this naval port and also dockyard, these two were found. Very famous place during Indus Valley civilization. First place excavated, that is Harappa in 1921. That's why this is also called Harappan civilization. The world's most developed civilization is Harappan civilization. Our country's first civilization is Indus Valley civilization or Harappan civilization, because Maximum sites were found on the banks of Sindhu and its tributaries. That's why it is called Indus Valley Civilization. All these are important points you remember about Indus Valley Civilization. Thank you.